Welcome to episode 208 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It is Saturday, people. It's a weekend. Saturday the 1st of May, 2021. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place today, but babes, I was about to say that. Fucking hell, Jesus. A little bit all over the place. I got very little sleep last night because there was a fucking cat fight going on outside the old gaff. They make a hell of a fucking racket, don't they? Jesus. It was all of that it lasted about fucking half an hour. Thought about start selling tickets to it, man. And then the loser, I imagine it was a loser anyway, just got a pound in. There's a fucking big ginger cat around this area who's sort of like fucking, what you fucking looking at? Sort of owns the area. Shits where it likes. Got a few cocktail sticks up its ass after I planted cocktail sticks in my front garden to stop it shitting. And it seems to have done the job, but the old Ginger Tom gave this little black cat a fucking one. He took one hell of a beating last night, but and then the fucking, he pissed off, and it was just the black cat laying down. Just the fucking noise it was making though, after just getting its ass kicked. It was just like for fucking ages, for about an hour. I felt like shouting out the window, just fucking take it on the chin like a man. Jesus. You know, you're the reason why the word pussy is a synonym for being fucking weak. Get up, shake it off. We've all been there, yeah? You don't need all fucking night long. Yeah, what do you want? Do you want some sympathy? You been triggered or something? Is that the next thing now? Cats are getting triggered from being fucking, having their asses kicked. You know, their little cat. It's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Bit of Rocky there for the Rocky fans. Yeah, so I had that fucking outside my bedroom window for about an hour. It was like it was fucking dying. It was like the worst fucking, it's like an old war film. If an old war film from the 1940s or 1950s just fucking starred cats. You know that dying scene where people die in a fucking old war film? They really milk it. Because that's probably going to be, the only time they're in a film ever. So old acting was rubbish. Wasn't it? Old acting. Anyway, it was like that sort of thing. Let's have a bit of coffee, hang on. Straight outside my fucking... like that. Nobody's coming to help you. All the other cats in the area are shit scared of the big fat tomcat because he, like a feral fucking cat he is or something. I don't know who owns it. I don't know even if it's owned. I imagine his owner is fucking tied up in a basement somewhere and he just goes back and slaps him around a bit every now and again. It's a fucking big bastard. You see it fucking, when you go out to take the rubbish out the bins out the back, we've got like big skip bins out the back because obviously we're like, there's 4 flats here, so we've got one that services all the flats. So instead of doing those recycling fucking shit with the lift up bin lids and stuff like that, we have big skips outside the back, and you just see, but like cats can get in there underneath because for some reason, aesthetically pleasing, like most of the things in this area, it looks nice, but it's not really functional. They've put a wooden slats round, like to encase it all in, all the bin area. but the slats don't go to the bottom of the floor so the cats can get in, and this cat just, every time, it'll fucking jump out of a fucking skip after, like, scavenging for food in there. I don't know. Just runs off with a slice of lasagna. A little bit of pizza in its mouth or something. Yeah, but this cat took one hell of a beat. I was watching it at one point. It was just in the corner, just fucking on the ropes, just trying to dodge and weave, and this fucking Ginger Tom was just clawing at it. Had its fucking mouth round its neck at one point. I honestly thought he was going to kill it at one point, but I thought, well, you know, it's one less cat, innit? If it does that, you know, it's one less cat. I'm not doing anything. What am I going to do? Shout out the window? And the ginger cat knows I'm not going to come out because I'm a lazy fuck. It already knows I won't do anything from past experiences with me. When you go, shh, like that, and it just stares at you as if to say, what else you got? You've got nothing. You got nothing apart from the shush noise. That's all you've got. I'm just going to sit here shitting on your lawn, and you can't do nothing about it. Oh, what you can do? Get a spray of water. Is that all you can do? And that's all I did. All I used to do was spray it with water, and he just used to sit there fucking looking at me. You've got to admire the balls of that. Got to admire it. Anyway, so the old little black cat had a bit of a lesson in life last night. That's it, innit? It probably won't be around here for a bit. It fucking screamed and did that for about an hour and then fucking shut up. It's gone this morning, so either the fucking ginger cat come back and fucking dragged it off somewhere to its lair, or it's all right. But who knows? Let's have a little bit of coffee. So that's why. Anyway, that's the point I'm trying to make. That's why I'm a little bit all over the place today. I don't feel as sharp. You know what I mean? I feel a bit rusty this morning. So you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. Anyway, one of the things I did see. I'll tell you my COVID jab aftermath. I was feeling fucking dog shit the next day. When did I speak to you on Tuesday? Wednesday I felt like dog shit. Thursday I felt a bit better, and then got back into it. So I had about a couple of days where I felt a bit dodgy, a bit sweaty, a bit hot, fucking weak. It just felt like I had a cold. I have not been transformed into any sort of source for the government or anything like that. I am not out, putting up posters of propaganda. I do not believe, everything the government tells me. It's like that when they switch on the fucking naked gun assassin, isn't it? I must kill the Queen. As the fucking, baseball players walking up to the fucking where the Queen's sitting. If you haven't seen that film, I can't help you out. I can't help you out in life, can I? Used to love that film when I was a kid. Bit more coffee. We're at the end of the coffee now, so let's get this done. There we go. Anyway, so I feel a bit better now after it. My arm was a bit achy. It just feels like somebody's given me bit of a dead arm, which you youngsters probably won't understand these days because, hey man, that's a fucking violation of my personal space. But and you could possibly be arrested for it. I don't know. But yeah, talking about being arrested for things. Here we go. Tenuous link. Protesters. I saw this fucking. I don't know, man. The whole vaccine thing's getting a bit out of hand, isn't it? There was a protest demonstrators in London. This was this last week or something? I don't know. It's just come to my attention, but these people are protesting against lockdowns and they've started to don the yellow Star of David. I don't know, people. I don't know. Because I don't know, they see that they've got an affiliation to the Jews in the Second World War because they've been asked to stay in their house for their own good. Is this it? And to protect the lives of vulnerable people. This is what we've come to, people. This is it. This is what I mean. The fucking balls of this guy taking a photo of himself with a Star of David on, with unvaccinated on it, like they're Jews in the Holocaust. The fucking balls of that just fucking blows my mind. No to mandatory vaccinations. Where there is risk, there must be choice. One guy's holding it up with his fat girlfriend there, with a Star of David on. Jesus, I mean, you can see why the Jewish community might be a little bit pissed off by that. You know, 6 million Jews slaughtered, and then fucking, you know, years later, what are we looking at? 60 odd years, nearly 70 years later, somebody's like, you know, donning that. Like they've got an affiliation with all of those Jewish people who died because they don't have it. Don't have the fucking vaccination, me old booty. You know, it's not, you know, medical apartheid. That's one of the things now. That's one of the key phrases that people are using, aren't they? People have to go, like, fucking right up there, don't they? They have to go right out there now to get... Because there's so much fucking noise on the internet. There's so much noise in the news. There's so much fucking just bullshit fucking noise out there. They have to go to the extreme to try and make a point. You know, nobody ever just makes a reasonable point anymore, do they? You know, everything's the extreme of everything. Having this injection, it's like rape. It's not. It's very much different. You know, this is medical apartheid. I'm not sure people who grew up within that era in South Africa, black people, I'm talking about, not so much the white people who grew up in that era, but I'm not sure they would say it's like that. You know, using that term, they use that term apartheid to get a fucking reaction. I know I'm giving that reaction right now, people, but I'm trying to explain. It's just people have to go to the extreme of everything, don't they? You know, who come up with that fucking idea of wearing a Star of David? Like to, I know, we're just like the fucking Jews in the Holocaust. I know what I'll do. Well, somebody's made that. Somebody's had that idea. Nobody's questioned them about it. And gone, I'm not really sure we ought to. You know, everybody's just gone, oh yeah, that's a fucking... We are just like those. And then fucking idiots like this cunt taking a picture of himself. Gotta get this in. Make sure you get the Star of David in. When you're videoing the smug fucking look on his face. Jesus Christ, I'd love to. Here we go. Calm down, Benny. Calm down. You know, anti-lockdown protesters wearing yellow stars raise a placard that says no to mandatory vaccines. You know, look at these cunts. You know, it's your choice. If you don't want the vaccine, it's your choice. But you don't have to bring it, you know, make it look as though you're fucking... Jesus Christ. I don't know. Sometimes you feel like you wish, just for a day, you lived in a country like Russia or somewhere that was controlled, where these people would be shot, and then the next day you go back to the democracy, and inverted commas, that we have. Just have a clear out, like a purge for a day. Okay, we're going to have a dictator for the day. Get rid of all these fucking cunts. That's it. That suffering that those Jews went through. It's in the Second World War and in the Holocaust is exactly the same. Exactly the same as not wanting a vaccination. I mean, the fucking Jesus. It's a hell of a step somebody's made there, isn't it? This is exactly the same. It's medical apartheid. Oh, Jesus. The Auschwitz Museum has previously labelled those wearing yellow stars at protest symptoms of moral and intellectual decline. Communal figures have also called for an end to the abuse of Holocaust imagery by anti-vaccine demonstrators, yeah? This willful abuse of this episode of history is crass and beyond insulting to Holocaust survivors and their families. CEO of the Holocaust Education Trust in April, after protesters were pictured wearing yellow stars at a similar rally. 3 people were arrested during Saturday's protest, said the Met, which also saw hundreds of tennis balls launched at the Houses of Parliament. I don't see why the tennis balls was... is that because it's yellow? One of those was for a breach of the peace, assault on police, and an individual being wanted for a previous assault. Jesus. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit, look at them. All white people. And they... white, middle class, fucking people. I don't understand it. I can't get my fucking head round the logic of these people. How in any way, I know they're trying to shock, but I know they're trying to shock and getting a reaction, and they're trying to get on the news, and they're trying to get people like, podcasters to talk about it and shit like that, but the fucking, there's got to be a line, isn't there, where you draw that line and you go, maybe. They're not talking about that, are they? That's the context of the demonstration, that photo. They're not going on stage or anything like that, or doing a TED talk and talking about this shit. That's how they end up, isn't it? That's how that guy ends up taking a picture of himself smiling with a crowd behind him with a fucking yellow fucking star on him, Star of David on him. Ah, Jesus. I don't know, man. It's just, it's just, just beggars belief. The fucking Jesus. Sorry about that. Bit of a cough. So yeah, that's been going on. I just, fucking look how smug I am, and fucking, to have a yellow Star of David on. They've made that themselves as though they've been at home, thought about it. This is a fucking great idea. This is exactly what we like. Us anti-vaxxers are being treated exactly the same as the Jews and Jewish people. Jewish people were treated in the Holocaust. It's fucking awful. Just, we'll use that. We'll use that from history, shall we? That illustrates our point. Nah, we don't need our own. We don't need our own anti-vaccine badge. We'll use that one. That'll do, won't it? Did they look through people who have been oppressed over the years? Oh God, we could. Can't really use that. Can't really use that one. Should we use this as the logo for our this? These were oppressed people. Shall we use this as our logo, shall we? And just put anti-vax on there and nobody will, Fucking idiots, Jesus. Anyway, on to more interesting things. On to more, This was, this made me laugh. It made me laugh. I know it shouldn't do, but, This is a typical fucking, I don't know, it was just, I saw this and I just thought, I don't know, cyclist ends 700-kilometre ride after being pushed off in Andover. Firstly, that made me laugh. Just made me laugh. It's modern day fucking... I'm going to do a 700-kilometre ride. Somebody pushes him off his bike and, no, that's it, I don't want it now. Have a bit of fucking an endurance cyclist. He's not that much of an endurance cyclist, is he? If he gets pushed off his bike, that is a test, that. Do you want this? How much do you want this? How much do you want this when a drunken guy pushes you off your bike? Do you not? Endurance cyclist who was travelling across England to raise money for charity has ended his pursuit after he was pushed off his bike in Hampshire. Chris Hall, who was raising awareness about testicular cancer. What did he think? That maybe people aren't really that bothered about it as he's laying in the gutter with his bike on top of him. And the Movember campaign, has he got a moustache? Of course he has. I grew this. I'll do the Movember campaign and I'll cycle 700... Oh no, I've just been pushed off my bike now. Time to quit. Decided to call off the challenge saying it's frustrating to stop, but ultimately the safest call. Is it? How many times is that going to happen? Did you not think of, retaliating in any way? How much do you want to raise awareness for testicular cancer? That is the test here, Chris. You know what I mean? Is that it? You just give up at the first pushing off of your bike? Is it? Is that it? Is that what testicular... the awareness? That the amount of awareness? Is that the fucking... the point at which you think, well, that's enough awareness about testicular cancer when you've pushed off your bike, or do you get it back on that bike, Chris? And you keep on cycling for that awareness. In an Instagram post, of course he Instagram posted it, Chris detailed the incident he had to face whilst crossing Andover on Tuesday night. Unfortunately, during the night, cycling through Andover, I had a bunch of men decide it would be funny to try and push me off my bike, Chris said. One of the group ran across to push me off. I think in an attempt to steal the bike or just have a laugh at my expense. At this point, I was probably about 350 kilometres into the challenge with close to 6,000 metres of climbing. Is that the real reason, Chris? Is that it, Chris? Did you not fancy going up that hill, Chris? I was pretty exhausted and on the limit as it was. When I next saw the guys filming around 10:30 p.m, I was pretty emotional and we decided to stop and get some sleep for the night and have a think about what to do in the morning. Get up in the morning? Shake it off, Chris. Come on. Come on. There's people out there who don't know about testicular cancer. Cycle on through, baby. After a chat with a few friends and the guys filming, we decided to pull the pin on the challenge. The final stats were about 400 kilometres with over 6,050 metres of elevation in just over 15 hours. Quite frankly, my head was not in it anymore and feeling nervous on the bike and already pretty fatigued. Silly mistakes can easily happen and it's not worth the risk. You're cycling, Chris. You're cycling around the UK. It's not like you're going up Everest, is it? You're not doing the Tour de France. You're not like going on the Death Road in Peru or something like that, are you? I don't know, man. There's nobody... I know it's easy for me to say I haven't done this. You know what I mean? I know what you're all thinking out there. Well, you do it then, Ben. No. Sounds too knackering. I'll be itching for somebody to fucking just push me off the bike. Chris's plan was to travel from Land's End in Cornwall to Ness Point in Lowestoft, a distance of 687 kilometres with more than 6,500 metres of climbing. He has previously competed in the national 24-hour time trial limit. I don't know, man. I don't know. Is this just an example of people being weak-willed these days? Do you not get off their bike? Do you not go, ugh? Forge on through? Is that not the, is that not the Brit spirit anymore? Have we not got that in this country anymore? Do we not soldier on at the first sign of somebody, why not? You wrap your D-lock around their head and surely they'd think twice about fucking pushing you off. I don't know. Maybe that's me. I remember years ago, this was when I was a kid. I was only about 13, 14 or something like that. And I remember cycling home from town I think I'd just picked up a new bike from the Kettering Road, and I cycled home from town, and I had a D-lock. I was only 13, maybe 14, something like that, I think. I was young anyway. And I cycled past a group of lads, and one of them spat at me, and it fucking landed on me. And I remember getting that fucking anger. I was only about 13, 14. They must have been about 15, 16. Just getting that fucking anger. So fucking angry. And stopped my bike, and they'd gone down a side road, and I remember cycling after them with my fucking D-lock in my hand, and I don't know, they'd gone down one way, and I think I went the other way to try and cut them off, because I don't know, I'd have got my fucking ass kicked. I know, but I just remember having that fucking rage inside me of, and also that thing of, if you don't do anything, you're going to be a pussy for the fucking rest of your life. You're going to be a one of them for the rest. I remember thinking that. Is this what you're going to let, Bernie? You're going to let people just spit out? It didn't go in my face or anything, but went on my fucking jacket. And is this the sort of person you are, Ben? Yeah? You're going to let people who are physically bigger than you spit at you as you go by? So you're just going to go off, yeah, and leave them? Or you're going to go back, chase them down, and let them beat the shit out of you properly? Is that what... but I couldn't fucking locate them. It was like down a place called Poets Corner. There used to be a fucking bike shop. I think it was Super Bikes or something like that it was called. Down Poets Corner in Northampton, which is like Milton Street and fucking all those places. And, it's all Poets. And I remember cycling down, and they must have took a different turn into what I took, and I couldn't fucking catch up with, I couldn't locate them after that. I was on a bike, they were walking or whatever, but they might have gone into somebody's house or something like that, I don't know. But I just remember that fucking rage of being so fucking pissed off. I think that is one of the dirtiest things you can do, fucking spit at somebody. But yeah, even now I'm starting to fucking... Jesus, the thought of that is just fucking making me fucking angry. Come on, Chris. Fucking, I had my D-lock in my hand. I remember cycling down one-handed with my D-lock in my fucking right hand. I just wanted to whack one of them and fucking hope that there was a hill the other side of where I caught up with them. So, I mean, if you're going uphill, you're fucked. On a bike, you might as well just leave the bike. That's going to get trashed. You don't think it through, do you? Even now, I probably wouldn't think it through. You don't think out the terrain. I'd have caught up with them like at the bottom of a hill and then had my ass kicked by about 6 different 15, 16-year-old lads. But yeah, I fucking remember that. Every now and again, fucking... Calm down, Ben. Calm down. Anyway, so charity cyclist, he got fucked over there. Come on. You're a man, Chris. Put your D-lock in your hand. I must admit, though, I fucking hate that. When you're out cycling, all that shit. Fuck off. You get no end of abuse as a cyclist in this country. We're not like over here. We're not like the Netherlands, like Amsterdam. You see everybody cycling around, didn't you? Or, the only place that seems to tolerate cyclists is Cambridge, where the whole city is like, hey, we're going to cycle everywhere, and we'll get one of those shitty old bikes with a fucking basket on the front, because we all go to Cambridge University, don't we? And my professor left me this bike. Like that everywhere else in the UK. It's like, oh, you fucking wanker. Get off the road, get off the path, get off the... You're meant to hover, I think, if you're a cyclist. I don't even know if you can cycle on the path anymore. I don't think you can. But yeah, cyclists just get fucking abused. That's one of the... If you're ever bored, Google cyclists... cyclist abused. Actually, I'll do that. It might lead you. That might lead you somewhere else. Abused in London. Is that right? Oh, anyway, it's like cyclists fighting. Don't Google cyclist abused. It's like cyclists having fucking road rage with with drivers and shit like that, and drivers just losing their shit at cyclists in London. It's fucking hilarious. It really gets the blood up watching shit like that, I must admit. Anyway, what are we on? 31 minutes, people. We're gonna have to cut it a day there. I had a lot more to talk about. We might have to start extending these episodes a bit. That was episode 208 of the Ben Briggs podcast. If you want to contact me at all, it is just podcast@benbriggs.co.uk. I will be back on Tuesday, motherfuckers. Have a good rest of your weekend. I'll speak to you on Tuesday. You take care.